Hey Brews, and welcome back to my vlog channel. Today I am finally doing another DIY. I have received so many requests from you guys to do a DIY, so I thought that whilst we are all stuck inside in quarantine and self-isolating, it would be the perfect time to do a DIY designer heels video. So I went through my closet and found some boring high heels that I really wanted to upcycle and make look super glamorous. So today we are going to be taking some very boring high heels and turning them into Jimmy Choo dupes. So I debated for so long whether to put this on my vlog channel, this channel here, or my main channel, but I think that it suits this channel best. So be sure to subscribe because I'm sure I will have more DIY content coming up soon since I am stuck inside, so I am getting crafty. So without further ado, let's get on into it. First pair of heels that we're going to upcycle today and turn into some DIY designer heels are these ones here. They are these basic pink / nude heels from Misguided that I've had forever and are just a little bit boring. So we are gonna turn these into some Jimmy Choo wedding shoe dupes. So this is inspired by the DIY designer. If you guys don't know who that is, it is a YouTuber here on YouTube and they make some really cool DIYs, and they recently did one very similar to this that this was inspired from. So I'll be sure to link her down below. She is amazing. And without further ado, let's get into the supplies that you will need. So the main thing you need for this DIY is a pair of heels, of course, and then you also need some pearls. Now, since we are self-isolating, I don't actually have any pearls, but I do have this pearl bustier that I was selling on my Depop that no one bought and it doesn't fit me. So I think instead we're gonna upcycle this, cut off some of the pearls using some handy dandy scissors here, and then using our good old gemstone glue, we're going to glue these on to the shoe. Now I recommend using gemstone glue instead of E6000. I know E6000 is so popular, but when I bought it, it said that it can cause cancer, so I've just been really reluctant to use it ever since. So this is what I will be using instead. So we're going to need to cut off some of these beautiful pearls off this top here. That way we can put them on our shoes. Now, of course, if you already have some pearls, you won't need to do this step, but I'm making do with what I have. Alright, I've finally taken off a bunch of pearls off this top, as you can see, and this is the result. So I do have these bigger pearls and smaller ones. I think I'm going to use the smaller ones because that is more like the photo. And now comes the fun part. I am going to take some of my gemstone glue, make sure that there's some going to come out, and just put a tiny little droplet on the shoe here. There we go, just a small little droplet since this pearl itself is quite small, and then I'm just going to place the pearl on. Make sure that the holes on the pearl, like as you can see here, it has holes on it. Make sure that those aren't facing up because that'll just make it look really unkempt. I am just going to continue to do the exact same thing on this shoe. That is the toe done, and honestly just having the toe looks super cute, but I'm going to continue to cover the rest of this heel. And I do just want to mention, don't worry if your glue spreads a little bit because this specific glue does dry clear, which is really good. So that's totally fine. That's why I'm not worried if the glue smudges at all. But I will see you guys when the rest of this heel is done. And that is actually all you have to do. So now I have the final product of the Jimmy Choo wedding shoe dupes, and they look so stinking cute. I did make the decision to leave the heel without any pearls on it because I thought it just looked best with the pearls all over it. So I'm obsessed with how this has turned out. I think it looks so amazing and was so easy to do. So if we look at the before and after, I think we can all agree that the after looks so much nicer, and I'm so happy with how these shoes have turned out. It's taken them from a boring pair of shoes into literally a piece of art, and I am obsessed with them. Alright, let's get into the second pair of DIY designer heels. These are falling apart. These were the shoes that I first bought when I first started going out clubbing when I was 18. So I've worn these a lot and they are literally falling to pieces. So I'm hoping to give these a new life and make them look like some Jimmy Choo crystal dupes. Here are the shoes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take some fabric glue and glue down all of this overlapping material that has come undone. So I'm just going to lift up the sole and glue that back together. So I am using a different glue. So I'm going to use this fabric glue to do that. So let's do it. Now that these shoes are looking a little bit more structured and glued together, it is time to turn them into some Jimmy Choo dupes. So I really want to cover these shoes in rhinestones to give it that really crystal high-heeled Jimmy Choo look. So I'll put on the screen right now what photo inspired me to do this. But since I am doing self-isolation, I don't have crystals right now. So what I did last night was I put on the Netflix show Styling Hollywood, and I grabbed some of my rhinestone appliques, whatever it's called, that I had sitting around, and one by one I unstitched each crystal until I had enough to cover the heel of the shoe. So if you already have crystals, you obviously don't need to do this step, but we are being resourceful. So once again, using this gemstone glue, I'm going to glue these bigger diamantes all on the back of the heel here, because I think that'll just really make this heel look so much cuter. So let's do it. Alright, so I've covered the back here all in the big crystals, and then on the parts that are left over, I'm just going to use these smaller crystals here. It's because I've run out of the bigger crystals, but I actually think it'll work because the bigger crystals cover everything that you can see from the back, and these will just fill up space on the side. And there we have it, a pair of bedazzled Jimmy Choo dupes. I love how the heel has turned out, and I think they look so cool and have definitely brought some new life to an old pair of shoes. So I love these so much, and I think that these are a great way to pass the time if you guys are also stuck in quarantine. So if we have a quick look at the before and after, I think we'll be able to see that I've made quite a difference with the supplies in my home. So I am so happy with how these two DIY high heels have worked out. So I'm thinking of making this a series on my channel, Quarantine Crafts, where I attempt to do DIYs but just with the items I have in my home because I am unable to go to the shop. So be sure to comment down below what I should make next, or send me DMs on Instagram with photos, anything like that, because I mean, we all have a lot of time on our hands, so I'm very open to doing more DIYs. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Me and my new Jimmy Choo dupes say goodbye.